Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. This weekend was supposed to be one of our local steam rallies at Chester Street. Sadly it was cancelled due to the atrocious weather conditions. Anyway, it couldn't be helped. It did give us a chance to get some work done in my workshop. All the bits for the plasma table come back, the new control unit, the new computer and the upgraded Z drive. I've got all that together and I've got it up and running. I'm going to try and get some video done this week of the various stages the table's gone through. It started off as a 2x2 prototype and it's increased in durability over the last few years. Anyway, we're going to do some video on that, hopefully for next weekend. Tonight's video, I make a bronze plug for a Sentinel steam wagon manifold, quite a big bronze plug. I think it was 1/1/8 BSP. 1/1/8 BSP is an arsehole size. I couldn't even buy a fitting to try on it, so I had to cut the whole job off measurements. I made one in plastic first, just to prove the settings, then I did one in bronze. I spent quite a bit of time on it. I'm sure you'll find the video interesting. Screw cutting is still something that absolutely fascinates me. This is a steam inlet manifold of a Sentinel steam wagon. That hole there is where you access the valve to service the valves. That blanking plug there screws in there and blanks it off. What I've got to do is make another one of them. The lad's actually lost one, so he wants me to make one of them. I've got a piece of bronze there. I'll get it out of that. I've measured the thread up in its 1/8 BSP parallel, which is a proper arsehole thread. It isn't even in the modern thread charts, but it is 1/8 11 TPI British pipe thread. I think what I may do, because I haven't got anything to try this into, and obviously I can't put that on the lathe and try that on, is I might make one of these out of plastic first, just to make sure my measurements and settings are all right, because that bit of bronze was quite expensive. I've already set the gearbox up to cut imperial. One thing with imperial threads is I can't disengage the lead screw once it's started. It's only a short thread, so it's not a problem to reverse it. So I'll find a bit of plastic, get some accurate measurements and see if we can make a thread that screws into there before we attack the piece of bronze. Right, I've got a suitable piece of black nylon here. These round bottom tools are ideal for machining plastic. The first thing, or the first size, is going to be the outside diameter of the thread, plus a little bit. So if we simply measure the outside of the thread, 37.7, which is exactly what the chart said it should be, 37.8. And if I simply zero, now I get a direct reading as to how much I need to take off here. I need 8.3 mil, 8 mil to start with. Touch it off. A 2 mil cut on it. It's taken 4 mil off. Another 2. That was an 8 mil. All the good stuff. Right, only 1.5 off it. We put a 0.2 cut on. .18 Fanny's hair really. That'll do for John. Right, next thing I need to measure is the core diameter of the thread. We'll zero the vernier. .39 and the chart gives us 36, so it's very near. Once again, if we zero that, and if I turn this down to that size for the first quarter inch or so, it means that once the screw cutting tool touches that, it should be at full depth, 2.4. Put a 1mm cut on. Fanny's hair. Right, so between there and there is the height of the thread. I'm going to put a square shot on there, put a recess in for my screw cutting tool to drop into. Use a parting tool for that. But if I touch it off on here and zero and cross slide, I can take it down to the same depth as that, and I'm going to gauge it both ends. Plenty room there to drop it into. That's a commercial insert tool, 11 TPI, which is perfect for the job. Make sure it's nice and square to the job. I know it's on centre height. We square it up by simply doing that. And we're basically ready to cut the thread. I'm just going to go straight in with this. I'm not going to angle the compound slide. So we need to basically touch this off. Right, I've set zeros on the DRO and my compound slide, or and my cross slide rather. And we'll select the right lever position to cut 11 TPI. Right, it's ready to go. I'll put a little bit of a cut on just to mark it so I can measure the thread again. I've got it run nice and slow. Right, then we're going to the truth, I suppose. It looks like 11 TPI, and I can stop it with a touch once it gets into that bit of space on the end, like that. Zero the cross slide, wind it out, reverse the lathe, back to the beginning again. Back to where we were, and a bit more cut. Right, I'm going to measure the thread first. I'll bring the camera in so you can see this, and it's absolutely spot on. Right, hopefully you can see that. That's an 11 TPI thread gauge, big fat fingers, and you can see it's laying up perfectly in the very thin thread of cut. So I can proceed now, cut the thread, and that there should be full depth. getting a really deep cut because you can with this nylon. Nylon's a lot cheaper than bronze, of course. Out with the tool, back with the lathe. Just be tempted to put your hand in and grab that lock when it's done. Back to zero. Some cut. Lathe forward again. Slightly too much on there, I think. Take it back. Yep. A little bit of a mistake there. It's actually nearly all the way down to full depth thread now. It's cutting nothing there, it's not touching, so. And the reason why you back the tool out is, so if you just reverse the lathe, all the backlash in the gear chain will just take the threads you cut straight off. There's backlash in the feed nut, there's backlash in all the gears. That is on every lathe. We bring this in, it's just touching, and this should be a full depth thread. Just touching there. And it's not deep enough. You can tell it hasn't put a point on the end of the thread. But it's certainly getting near. When the tool gets right down to the shoulder, to that little bit there, that's actually the full depth of the thread. So we've got a bit to go yet. But it's getting very near. Right, we'll try the thread gauge in there again. And that looks good. The picture's perfect. And I'm sure it's deep enough. I'm going to give it another cut on exactly the same setting just to finish polishing it off, but that looks good to me. Looks like we're 4 mil out at one full turn. Right, this time possibly it should pick the thread up. All it's doing is polishing, it's taking virtually nothing out. Nut's disengaged now, so it's going to have to be right. Right, that's nice. Certainly settle for that. Just going to make one out of that now. There's definitely one in there. Just got to find the bastard.